UCLA, and we're going to have Libby come up now, and she's going to start that presentation, and after her, Lindy will be here and give you that part of Pete's life.
Thanks. My name's Libby Sayer, and I was trying to remember how long I've been friends with Pete. I think I've been friends with Pete for 31 years. And you know, people have talked a lot about how amazing he is. And one of the amazing things about Pete is that he was a great machinist. And you know he was a great machinist because he was a great shop steward. And the University of California tried to fire him about every year. I think that I remember going into an unfair labor practice charge hearing because they had tried to fire Pete, didn't get away with it, and so they told him he couldn't be a steward anymore. And Brother Cliff Reed and I went in to do an unfair labor practice charge for him. And he said, "How you doing, kid?" Which reminds me that today we're celebrating the loss of like the last human being who ever called me kid. And I said, "I'm really nervous." And he said, "What? What?" He said, "You're crazy." You know, for him it was, if he lost his job, which he couldn't ever believe he was actually going to lose apparently, you know, it didn't matter much to him. And he had a way of inspiring confidence in people, even in sort of insane undertakings, which is really my main topic, is the insane undertaking. So Pete's one of the only living human beings that you can imagine who could take a union from 6 members, meeting at the Smuggler's Hotel in Fresno, halfway between Berkeley and Los Angeles, and turn it into 12,000 members in the span of a decade. And Pete did that. And when we saw the video, and that woman Marcy called, for people who are from outside the university, you have to imagine thousands and thousands and thousands of Marcys. And imagine the number of lives that Pete changed. Because the University of California has 100,000 employees, and it is the biggest employer in California outside of the state of California. And it is as shitty a boss as you can find anywhere in California. And Pete was instrumental in organizing 10,000 workers, and we've still got a few more workers to go in the neighborhood of 15,000 more or so. And we'll miss him for that fight. But he changed a lot of lives and made a huge, huge difference in the workplace at the University of California. But mostly he trained hundreds and hundreds of true trade unionists. And he sort of did it with a force of character and his idealism, which never left him. And there were a lot of times we thought, why is anyone going to join this made-up union with these made-up capital letters? You know, our office was a post office box in the University of California Berkeley post office. You know, and it just seemed insane. But you know, Pete could carry us along with this belief that we could do it because it was the right thing to do. And hundreds of University of California employees, the ones that knew anything about unions, said, well, you know, this is the one we have to join, or, you know, whatever capital letters he's associated with. Those are the capital letters that will soon be on my t-shirt. And, you know, so from 6 to 12,000, there's not very many people in the world who can make that happen. So we'll miss you, Brother Pete. And we're all going to have to walk more picket lines and engage in more boycott activity because there's a big, big gap left by Pete, and we're going to have to step it up to fill it in. Thanks.